The Rewind
Sports 60. From the city of big shoulders, the jewel of the Midwest, comes a sports show that's one of a kind. From iconic players to iconic stadiums to iconic teams, this is my kind of town. Chicago! And the Rewind Sports 60 is my kind of show. From Air Jordan to Sweetness to Papa Bear Hallis, this city works hard, but plays even harder. Danny Carlino and Jerry Riles bring you the Rewind Sports 60. Live. The Rewind Sports 60 starts now.
Welcome to another edition of the Rewind Sports 60. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube Live, and we're broadcasting from the world's famous Serenello's Ristorante Italiano right here in the heart of Wheeling, outside on the patio area, ladies and gentlemen. The fastest 2 hours of sports conversation. Let's get things started. Jerry Riles, and of course, we're joined by the one, the only, the Italian Stallion, DC. He's Danny Carlino. What's up, DC?
Good morning, Jerry. Are we ahead or are we behind? I'm not sure what.
What do you mean by ahead or behind?
I'm not sure either. I'm not sure why I'm asking the question.
I don't know.
I'm confused.
Were we supposed to turn the clocks back or forward or something?
What day is it?
Sunday.
All day?
All day, every day.
Just making sure. Just making sure.
Man, are you okay, man? Did you have some mimosa already?
No, I must have ate what J.R. Smith was eating the other night.
Oh my God. We'll get into some conversation as far as the NBA Finals are concerned. Stanley Cup Finals. That's been exciting as well. We're pleased to be joined by the one, the only himself, Brian Gleason's favorite over at WBBM News Radio 780. He is Gabe Salgado. What's up, Gabe?
I gotta be honest. I didn't think we'd ever get the chance to be on this patio because it was either too cold or too hot. But today it worked out.
No, it worked out really, really well. We want to say hi to the fine folks at Serenello's Ristorante. Of course, Matt Mulville, the general manager, and Michael Bonner, the chef. Jason, he does a fantastic job as well. And the entire staff here at Serenello's Ristorante. Guys and girls, family, friends, come on down. Enjoy yourself every Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here at Serenello's. We're here from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Love for you to come on down and be a part of this fantastic broadcast, this fantastic program that we have. Incidentally, we're on Comcast Access every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, Channel 17 in the Lake County area, and on Wednesdays, Channel 19, Channel 35 in the northern suburbs on Comcast Access, 7 o'clock, of course. And don't forget, our new friends, our new family, our new audience, CLTV, Tuesday mornings, 3 a.m. Make sure you wake up for it, lock it in, lock it down. If you can't, DVR is just as good. It is the Rewind Sports 60. And let's get started. We got a lot in store, a lot on tap. So first things first, we talk about the NBA Finals, and we'll be joined by Dan, the marvelous Marver, later on in the broadcast to break down the maybe 7-game series, but in a nutshell,
game series?
Yeah, well, yes, pretty much. I don't know, man. It was pretty interesting. Real quick, reflecting on Game 1, what were your thoughts?
If you're a Cleveland fan, you got to be still banging your head against the wall because it's already an uphill climb, and you know to have that game possibly in your hand like that, between the reversal of the foul call, and then that if you knew you were going to be tied with just under 5 seconds left and get a rebound right by the basket. You take that every day.
Oh, yeah.
Until you saw how it played out.
And it's happened several times throughout the years in both the collegiate ranks and, of course, the NBA ranks.
I think the three of us could have probably put that ball back in the basket.
Well, I don't know if I would have made it, but I would have tried.
Right, exactly.
I would have known enough to try.
But again, and we'll get a chance to break it down even more so with Dan Marver, our NBA, our hoops expert, guru, correspondent will be joining us shortly. But Gabe, I mean, it's interesting, and you learn those sort of things in do they call it Pop Warner for the kids basketball, whatever it may be. You learn that stuff. You learn that stuff, and it's interesting. But we do have to remember. It's J.R. Smith, and I don't know if you guys saw Embiid with the 76ers, and talk about a story there. He actually tweeted and said. It was hilarious, and they showed it. He said that JR must have been on that Henny.
That's a lot of memes with Hennessy, with some Henny, so now I understand. Yeah, okay.
Ouch.
Yeah. So we'll definitely get an opportunity to break that down. As far as golf is concerned, we're going to incorporate a golf tip of the week starting moving forward as we get into the warmer temperatures. June, first weekend in June, and we're happy to see it. The weather is pleasant outside. It's not 70 degrees. Well, it is 70 degrees, not 90 degrees, not 50 degrees. 70 degrees pleasant. That's why we're on the patio. But Tiger Woods in the hunt. I mean, man, he's got 3 or 4 majors coming up before the golf season is over with. And in a nutshell, I mean, you guys think that he has an opportunity to win another major before the season is over?
I'd like to see him at least win one more before, he calls it a career. Yeah. Obviously, with the injuries and the poor play attributed to that, you got to kind of wonder how much does he have left in the tank. But I'd like to see him win one more before all is said and done.
Well, he seems like he got some left in the tank.
He might have some left in the tank. I mean, first of all, his health, physical and mental,
right,
are at the forefront. And you wonder when a guy who is as good as he is, especially in an individual sport,
right,
can he throttle it back, at least as far as expectations? Because sometimes your expectations can cause you to falter when you've had the career he's had.
Right.
You still, in your mind, you think, hey, I'm still that guy, technically, but at this point you are not. Right. Your game is not quite at that level anymore. So you got to kind of throttle it back a little bit so you don't get ahead of yourself. And it might be hard for him to do. I think that first of all, the health stuff, and then that, just slow and steady and build up.
Well, you know what? He could be like Jamie Moyer. Remember? I mean, Jamie Moyer was a decent pitcher during his prime.
Pitched until he was almost 50.
But that's my point. Yeah. I mean, Jamie Moyer, when he was in his prime, 20s, 30s, he was decent. But he learned to adjust, and he learned to pitch as opposed to throwing. And as you mentioned, he pitched well into his 40s for sure.
To the point, not only was it serviceable, I mean, he was always a deadline rumor. Yeah. Like, who's going to get Jamie Moore? Like, he's 42. What are you going to scramble for? But hey, a quality lefty, in a playoff push, you're looking for whatever help you can on the mound. And so again, it's slow and steady wins the race, especially when you're not as fast as you used to be.
You got that right. And of course, the Stanley Cup Finals, guys. Again. I can't believe this expansion team. The Vegas.
I said
good night. It's unbelievable.
I said 7 games, and it looks like it's headed that way.
It's been exciting.
It's just been so back and forth. A lot of goals. Yeah. A lot of offense. Probably one of the more exciting Stanley Cups that we've seen in recent memory.
Well, here you get a team, an expansion team, albeit I mean, it has some advantages, maybe just really good planning, besides any help that the NHL did and how they're doing expansion now. But you don't expect an expansion team to get to the Stanley Cup final. And then who the heck thought, I mean, Ovechkin, how many years is he supposed to get there? And first, second round, the bugaboo of Pittsburgh and everything else, all the failures, President's Trophy, but that's it. Right. So it's these are the two teams you wouldn't think would be there at the same time. And anytime you can get Wayne Newton at a hockey game, I'm all for it.
And it's interesting because Michael Wilbon, he's fond of the Caps, and he just said, you know what, they're going to break my heart. He said, I want to root for him, I want to cheer for him, but they're simply just going to break my heart. And I'm sure he's dancing all over the place now, surprised that this team has advanced to the Stanley Cup Finals. And as you said, Gabe Salgado, playing some stellar hockey. What do you think of Devontae Smith-Pelly, his performance in this early portion of the series?
I'll tell you what, it's moments like that where you got to step up big, and that's exactly what he's done. And like I said, I mean, both teams in general, Ovechkin stepped his game up another level. Obviously, he always had the reputation of being the bridesmaid, never the bride. Now he's got his chance, but just in general, everybody just kind of took their game up a notch when they got into the Stanley Cup Finals.
And are you surprised as far as the physicality is concerned? Some folks thought that, they start to see the physical play maybe Game 3 or definitely by Game 4, but it seemed like they got started.
No, wait. I saw the mad dash at the end of the second game as Vegas got 3 icings in a row and trying to get that tying goal. I mean, I know there's only like 10 seconds left and what have you, so they're just kind of swallow the whistle. I saw like at least 9 cross checks in those 10 seconds, just trying to fight and make sure that Vegas didn't get a clear shot on goal and get that puck out of there and get that buzz.
And get what?
Get that puck out of there.
Get the puck out of there.
Yeah, and they got the puck out of there with a victory and tied the series up and took the series lead. So, the Caps, I mean, probably go 7, but we'd rather have only 2 wins to get than 3.
Right.
It's simple math at this point.
But it's great for hockey for sure, with an expansion team and, of course, the Capitals playing. So keep it locked in, definitely. Some great hockey, some great NBA, and a great program here at the Rewind Sports 60. Before we take our first time out here at Sierra Nolla's Ristorante Italiano, want to ask you, too, about the story that broke earlier this week, mid part of the week, regarding the cheerleaders for the Houston Texans. 4 or 5 of them filing a lawsuit saying that they were harassed, they were mistreated, they were underpaid, they were subjected to horrible behavior.
It sounds like it's becoming a league-wide problem because there's been a lot of stories over the last couple of months about cheerleaders from various teams, whether it was low pay or how they were treated. Sounds like it's becoming an ongoing problem in the league.
Maybe Virginia McCaskey wasn't stupid after all. Let's not deal with this and any possible issues that may come up with it. I didn't realize that. Did they get paid, or did they just get paid for like a appearance?
Well, I remember back in the day, the Honey Bears, they used to get, I think they got $25 and a hot dog and a Coke after the game.
Did they get a ticket, free parking at least, something?
I mean, they're in the game. Come on now.
We'll buy you one pom-pom. You got to pay for the other one. But my favorite cheerleaders were the refrigerettes. Remember them? They were fun.
That was a while ago.
But my problem with it is, and no offense, they're cheerleaders. They're cheerleaders.
Since Boom Bod and cut it for you?
Come on now. You're a grown woman. You're a cheerleader at a football game.
They're professional.
Well, take it easy now.
Well, I think we should get the cheerleaders from The Replacements. Remember that movie?
You're a cheerleader.
Where they got recruited from.
Danny, come on.
They provide entertainment. I mean, it's. Think about it though. In football,
you're complaining.
But if you're at the game. In football, I mean, it's a 3-hour game. It's an hour game that takes 3 hours, and there's 15 minutes of action. So you need your mascot, you need your cheerleaders, you need your scoreboard.
Sounds like a few of our viewers' bedroom. 15 minutes of action.
All right, Johnny. But I mean, so they're part of the experience, and it's a tradition going from Pop Warner to high school to college. There's cheerleaders on the sideline. So
you're saying that they don't deserve better pay just because they're cheerleaders? Is that what you're saying?
What is better pay? What do they want?
I didn't think they really got
more than what they
got like a ticket
that they're making. I mean,
they're saying they get like $7.93 or something. I saw a sign like that. I don't know. Hey, listen. I understand they put on a entertainment value. I get it. But they
also attend charity events, other team functions. So it's not like they just show up on Sundays and that's it. There's other ways that they're involved as well.
I understand. I just think it the way society is and how PC you have to be regarding everything. I think it's trickled down that far that now you have and I'm not saying the cheerleaders should be harassed. I'm not saying that they should be subjected to uncomfortable environment. I'm not saying that, but at the end of the day, you're just a cheerleader.
So careful now. You're gonna get the pom pom mafia after you're just a cheerleader.
Well, I mean, we enjoy watching you. We enjoy, all that. And I love the Lovables.
Performers.
I love the Come on now, take it easy now. I love the Lovables. I think they do a heck of a job. I really do. But at the end of the day, you're a 20-something-year-old woman standing out there dancing and gyrating. Come on now.
Well, they put a lot of time into practicing their routines and things like that. And again, especially football, they're kind of always off to the side. In basketball, they do stuff, timeouts, halftime, so they're more, and plus it's a smaller arena, they're easier to spot and stuff like that. So they really are more an integral part of the experience, but I think probably in basketball.
Yeah, I think in basketball, if you got some cheerleaders complaining, I think they have a better case. And I'm not slighting anyone or anybody. Maybe I am.
40 games instead of just 8.
Huh?
You got 40 games instead of 8.
Yeah, now that's a lot of work. I mean, that's a lot of work. You got 8 games, and so, but you know what? If you guys want to join in, if you want to contribute, go to our website, therewindsports60.com, THE, rewindsports60.com. You can also call us on our hotline. It's 847-777-0140. 847-777-0140. When we come back from this first time out, Danny Marvelous Marvin will be joining us to talk some NBA Finals, the Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry, LeBron James, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Will it go 6? Will it go 7? Or is it over in 5?
And will J.R. Smith know?
There you go. Keep it locked in. You've got the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante Italiano right here in the heart of Wheeling, folks.
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout, so don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage, at Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Golf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante Italiano here in Wheeling. We're out on the patio. It's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday day. Come on down here, right on the corner of Lake Cook Road and Milwaukee Avenue, Restaurant Row here in Wheeling. You can't beat it with a stick. The brunch is fantastic. The staff is outstanding. The chef does a magnificent job. And of course, you get a great sports panel such as this, the Rewind Sports 60. Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion. Gabe Salgado, WBBM News Radio 780. Ron Gleason's favorite over there. Ron, let's go. I hear John Sankey Shunter's doing a great job. Dave Kerner doing a great job. My good pal,
whatever his name is.
George Alphin. Give me some, man. George Alphin doing a great job over there. Jeff Joniak, the voice of the Chicago Bears. Gabe Salgado doing a quick job. Joined by Dan Marvelous Marver. But before we get into the NBA conversation, back to WBBM real quick. Do you talk to Veronica Carter at all?
No, I do not. Most of the time I work nights, so I don't see her.
Oh, you don't get this chance to see her. No. If you happen to see her, tell her Jerry Riles of the Rewind Sports 60 said she's got a big fan. She is fabulous. I've never met her before. I've never even seen her before. But just listening to her reports, tell Ron Gleason he did a tremendous job finding her. She's a really, seriously, I mean, she is a very, very good talent. She's very good. I like listening to her.
I'll pass it along.
Yeah, seriously. It's good people over there at WBBM. As far as the NBA Finals are concerned, some people say there are not too many good people in Cleveland. Mainly J.R. Smith. Marvelous.
Yeah, for me, it was. There's two. I mean, they really spread this out. I thought the scheduling was actually Cleveland's favor. There's 2 days between games 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And there's only 1 game between 3 and 4 in Cleveland.
Right.
And then so it gives LeBron time to recover.
Right.
After his 51-point performance. But obviously, for me, it was the opposite of the Chris Webber moment where he didn't have a timeout and called one.
Right.
Smith had one and didn't call it.
Right.
But the argument is that he thought they were ahead and just dribbled out the game, or so he thought. So that was very bad because now they're really in a hole. I don't think they can win the series now. Do you guys?
They played very well. Tyrone Lue said, "Hey, you know what? Our guys played. They were in it. Unfortunately, a couple things happened that we didn't like to happen. Didn't go our way, but they're prepared. They prepared for this moment, and they feel like everyone around the country, whether they're fans or whether they're the pundits, they feel that everyone is against them, and so they're like, hey, it's us against the world mentality, so to speak." What did you think about the call? Reverse call.
5 calls in one.
With LeBron James.
Well, there are enough histrionics, and it's kind of like a guy's falling in soccer where they get a penalty, So, sometimes they get the call, and sometimes they don't. That's block charge. I've been a referee. That's impossible.
But what was it in your eyes?
Probably,
what would you have called?
A block.
A blarge?
Right.
A blarge.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Block charge.
Right.
Well, I was watching it, and they've copied football with the referee expert, whatever, when they have the replay. I'm thinking, okay, on the replay, I saw his right foot still kind of sliding over. So I'm like, you're supposed to be still, correct?
Correct.
I believe.
Yes.
He was obviously outside the restricted area. Yes. That was obvious.
Correct.
But then one of the guys in the broadcast, I don't know if it was the official or one of the analysts, it's like, well, no, your feet don't necessarily have to be 100% set. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, then everything could be a block or charge almost at this point, no?
Yeah. Well, there was these plays too where the guy's shooting the three and he kicks his legs out.
Yeah.
There were plays like that too, which could be called an offensive foul. So, I mean, it's a tough thing. You have to make your decision right away, as a referee.
Sure.
Right,
So,
and there were 2 calls on the play, as a matter of fact. One ref called the charge, the other called the blocking. I thought I agree with you.
Yeah.
And Gabe Salgado, to me, it was a block because when you learn how to play basketball, I learned how to play the game of basketball in 5th and 6th grade. And just how Gabe Salgado was standing with your arms straight and down, that's how we learned how to take a charge.
it's tough not to flinch, but you're
Right, but that's how we learned how to take a charge. And to me, it goes all the way up to the professional ranks. LeBron James...
You mean like traveling?
Exactly. LeBron James...
5 steps.
To his credit, he said he saw the play developing, and he knew what he had to do, and he knew he had to have his feet outside the restricted area, and he appeared to do that, but it was such a bang-bang play, he wasn't able to get his body, in my opinion, wasn't able to get his body set the way you're taught to get it set, and he kind of had a slant, lean, and it was a split second, and the charge happened, but he felt that he had done that, he had made that play all his career, he's seen it all his career, and he was effective with it all his career. Obviously, I think he was wrong, and it turned out to be a negative outcome for them.
Another thing about LeBron is, you take a look, this is pretty much the problem Cleveland has had all year. LeBron's pretty much doing everything. He scores 51 points and they still lose. So that just goes to show you maybe the lack of depth and the lack of offense around him.
But it did seem like Kevin Love did contribute in that game at least. He wasn't out. Obviously, he played, so he did get that, and then they get a little bit of from Korver once in a while, and some of the other guys. But he's obviously the whole show.
Well, here's the thing. So LeBron's got to score 50. He's got to coach the team. He's got to tell the guy what the score is. He's got to take a charge too.
Right? Does he broadcast too?
Maybe he will.
I'm sure he will.
I'm sure he
might
would
have to.
I'm sure he would love to be the replay official.
Right.
But here's one problem with the replay is that, first of all, I don't really care for the whole restricted area. Everything is against the defense in basketball anyway. Do we have to further make it so? I mean, they were scoring 100 points before too, right?
Right.
I mean, but then with the replay, and I love the concept of replay because I want people to get right. I still remember the '85 World Series where, they blew the call. Was it Don Deckinger was the umpire? Blew the call, and that's the main reason why the Royals won that series against the Cardinals.
Right.
This is 33 years ago now.
Then it gets micromanaged with the guy's foot off the base.
Well, yeah. Now it becomes a Zapruder film every time.
Yeah.
Do you see the grass? I'm not sure. I'm like, at this point, I almost think they should when there's something in doubt like that, they just almost do like volleyball, like. Okay, it was Warriors ball. You get the ball. We'll give you a new shot clock. We don't know what happens.
That's the way it used to be. There used to be a jump ball.
Or
right,
jump. Yeah.
right.
We don't
So,
know.
I mean, there are a lot of people that going into this series said that, you know what, we're tired of seeing it, and it's never happened in professional sports. 4 years in a row, the same 2 teams are playing for the finals. Are you guys so far? Have you been bored by what you've been watching? Really?
I thought. I mean, it didn't look like it was going to be that way with Game 7s and the home floor of the other teams, Houston and Boston. So. They really accomplished something down 3-2 each of them.
Well, obviously the end of the game was exciting of the opening game, but I really wanted to just see something different. Boston obviously couldn't accomplish it, and Houston, I think they just missed another 3.
Yeah.
It was 27 in a row, wasn't it?
Well, Coach Tony said he would do it again that way. I don't know why, but
not having Chris Paul did.
Right, of course.
Sure. Their insurance policy went.
Yeah, but Iguodala was out also for Golden State, so I mean they kind of cancel each other out.
I think Golden State could more afford to lose one than Houston.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, that's true. But
Iguodala would guard James,
exactly. So when you talk about this series, he's very vital and important. I think if he's in this series, this NBA Finals, I don't see LeBron James being as effective because of the defense that he plays against him.
Sure. Agreed.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
We're on with Danny Marvelous Marver, our NBA TR60 correspondent expert, right here at the Rewind Sports 60, Serenello's Restaurante. Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion. Gabe Salgado, WBBM News Radio 780. And before we go to our next time out, going back to that call, Steve Javie, who, as you know, they went to him to get his judgment on it, and he said he thought it was a charge. I kind of figured that LeBron James gave him a little scratch or something, to be biased or whatever. But again, I thought it was a block. But Tyrone Lue said, "Hey, you know what? That call, he's never seen that ever called before in the history of the game." And then, of course, Steve Kerr is like, "Well, it happened 2 years ago in a series." So it's kind of interesting how the chess match is taking place in this thing, and I think we're going to see much more. And hopefully, for a fans base, I'm sure a lot of fans like to see it go 6 or 7. Clearly, I like to see it go 5.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go 6 or 7, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I think that was such a pivotal game for Golden State to win at home. They go up 2-0. I expect Cleveland to win one at home, but I think it might go like 5.
Yeah,
I have to agree with Danny on that one. Cleveland takes a game at home, but at this point they've run out of gas.
Really? Those young guys?
Yes.
Larry Nance Jr., all those guys run out of gas.
Young guys played 6 points a game, run out of gas.
He played? That's only 6 more points than I scored.
Exactly. Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion. Marvelous Dan Marver, thank you so much for joining us.
Locally, we do have Buffalo Grove baseball still alive. They're playing in Schaumburg.
That's
in
true.
The Final 8.
Well, you know what? Stick around. We'll talk some baseball. We got an athlete of the week coming up from Buffalo Grove High School as well. You guys keep it locked in. You'll love this young lady. She is phenomenal. Gabe Salgado, WBBM News Radio 780. This is the Rewind Sports 60. Keep it locked in, folks.
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout, so don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage, at Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Restaurante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60, broadcasting from Serenalos Restaurante, is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Golf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage, at Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
That class.
I know. Welcome back, everyone, to the Rewind Sports 60. Jerry Riles, Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion, Gabe Salgado, News Radio 780 on this beautiful Sunday. Come on out for Sunday brunch. You know what I got. If it's Sunday and you see me with some bacon and a mimosa, you know exactly what it is. It's Sunday brunch right here at Serenalos Restaurante Italiano. Come on down here. This is the fastest 2 hours of sports conversation. We start at 11. We go all the way to 1 p.m. They get things started here 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for their Sunday brunch. It's great for the family to come on out. You guys go to church, say a couple novenas, say a couple Hail Marys, say a couple prayers for the show, and then come on over here and get some grub in. Gabe Salgado, you got something in, didn't you?
Today I did the Canadian bacon and the turkey sausage and the macaroni and cheese.
Really?
The macaroni and cheese here is pretty good.
You did the Canadian bacon because of the Stanley Cup final?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, it works.
That's pretty good. What did you?
I got a little bit of the beef, and I got some asparagus, and I got
Really?
a balanced meal. You know, I got to have some greens in there.
Good for you. Good for you, Danny.
Yeah.
I just go with the,
Well, I had to throw that in there too.
Yeah, I just got to do it. I really do.
Breakfast of Champions right here.
It is.
It's almost better than, remember the old spoof commercial with Belushi, where it was a spoof of the. Can I still call him Bruce Jenner because he was Bruce Jenner back then? The Wheaties commercial, but he said that's why when I train, I have donuts. He got a big bowl of donuts and he's smoking.
Yeah, I remember that.
He's winning the decathlon.
That's Those were the days, right?
Yeah,
Danny?
they certainly were.
These days, I don't know what the heck going on, man.
But I still eat donuts. And I'm not winning a decathlon, I'll tell you that much.
Well,
I can
we
really watch
switch gears. We talked some Cubs and Sox baseball in this segment. If you guys want to join in, our number is 847-777-0140. 847-777-0140. Check us out on our website, TheRewindSports60.com, TheRewindSports60.com. Streaming live on Facebook, YouTube Live. If you missed any portion of it, definitely check those items out. So check us out on social media. I'd love for you guys to be a follower and be a part of the program. We're looking to expand, we're looking to build, and we're looking to get bigger, and we're looking to invite you to be a part of what we're doing here. As far as baseball this past week, a lot of interesting things happened, but the most important and interesting thing that took place was with the Pittsburgh Pirates and, of course, the Cubs and their first baseman, Anthony Rizzo. Gabe Salgado, we'll start with you. Anthony Rizzo. Some people love him, some people hate him. I'm not really a big fan of his, especially when he just gets. Some people think it's great antics as far as his demeanor is concerned when he's challenging.
Respect me?
Yeah, respect me, and he wants to try to challenge the entire St. Louis Cardinals team a couple years ago. Remember when he went to their dugout? It's like, come on. It's like, are you nuts? Are you crazy? When this latest episode, he tried to steal, well, he didn't try to steal. He tried to break up a double play at home plate. And we know that they changed the rules as far as protecting the catcher is concerned. And Anthony Rizzo apparently, I guess, forgot the rules or remembered the how he learned playing in his Little League days. And instead of sliding home to touch the dish, he slid out of his way to try to upend the catcher, which basically he did, which forced him to throw the ball away, no double play. And there was a lot of discussion about that from Major League Baseball up to Joe Torre all the way, to the fan base. Let's get your perspective on what you thought about that play. Was it a dirty slide by Anthony Rizzo in that Pirate game?
I wouldn't say it's a dirty slide, but I'd definitely say that, Rizzo did go a little bit too far out of his way. Obviously, situations like that, you want to try to break up the double play, but that's something that you do at second base or third base where the fielder is allowed to move around. Home plate, catcher's a little more stationary. And definitely, like I said, I don't think it was dirty, but it definitely, Rizzo's, he's tall compared to most baseball players, and definitely reached a little extra leg out there, so that catcher obviously is a little more of a physically demanding position, so there's a little more danger involved with that. But I don't think it was a dirty slide.
Really, Danny?
Joe Madden's full of it.
Why?
Because he defended it so much. I know he's your player, so I can see where you don't want to castigate him. But I mean, you accept. I mean, first of all, MLB was wrong. First, it said it was okay. I mean, the rule on the field was one. The replay kept it that way, and then the league came out later that day and said it was okay. Then the next day, they said no, it wasn't.
Right.
And then Joe Madden at each level, and after the game, the first time, and then the next day when they changed their mind, MLB, they got the call from Joe Torre. I respect him, but I think he's wrong. Okay, no, Joe Madden, you are wrong. You did not invent the game of baseball. I don't care how you played. They changed the rule 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe it was an overreaction, possibly, but also you have to think in this day and age of replay, the in the neighborhood play no longer exists.
Right.
And this is more for second base than it is for the catcher. But the same idea, it was a force out.
Right.
So he was already out.
Right.
By the time he was nowhere near home plate, and he was out.
Mm-hmm.
And which is fine. Maybe he already kind of started his slide anyway. That's fine. But first of all, he was on the grass.
Right.
His last step was on the grass. I think that's kind of out of the baseline.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, and Joe Madden said something that really infuriated me, and it isn't even about Rizzo's slide. It's like, well, the catcher knows he's supposed to get out of the way. How far is he supposed to go?
Right.
He's full 2 strides away from home plate. He's already made the play. His foot that got slid into is nowhere near home plate any longer. Why is it the catcher's responsibility to get out of the way?
Right.
When I've already made the out. I'm trying to make a throw.
That's ridiculous.
So I got to run like 10 yards and then throw the ball so I don't get the guy out?
And I agree with you, Danny. The catcher was out of the way. What are you talking about?
And also, too, the whole point of, because you can't really block the plate anymore either, at least not the ball. You go where the ball is. You still have to allow a path for the runner to get to the base.
Right.
How much more of a path do you need? He could have driven his Escalade through it, assuming he has one. I don't know what he sponsors. I mean, he could have had a caravan go to the home plate.
Yeah.
He had a clear path to the play.
Exactly.
He went out of his way.
Yeah.
Dirty or not, he went out of his way, and that's the end of the story.
Well, one thing that the team likes about Joe Madden is that he's going to defend his players regardless of what the situation is. So Joe Madden's just doing his job from the managerial standpoint. But obviously, yes, they changed the rules. And remember, there used to be a time where you could just plow through the catcher like you're playing football.
Pete Rose in the All-Star game.
Definitely. Obviously, players are having trouble adjusting to these new rules, like the catcher rule, the double play rule that was instituted not too long ago. And obviously, everybody likes their old school baseball, what have you. But obviously, Joe Madden at the end of the day is going to defend his players.
No, I don't have a problem with a manager defending his players, but when it's almost obvious, that's what Tyrone, Lue is doing with LeBron James. I mean, he's like, I've never seen that play change before.
But at least no one's going to get hurt on that play. That's the only difference. It's a judgment. It's a more clear. It's a more gray area that play.
But I'm saying that it's understandable that a manager or a coach will defend their player, right or wrong, because that's their position. And I agree with you as far as Joe Madden is concerned. I mean, none of us, we've never played the game at that level, but we're not stupid either. I mean, don't insult our intelligence thinking that, you know what, maybe you are right. Maybe the catcher should have gotten out of the way because Anthony Rizzo had the right passage to get to the plate, even though he was already out because it was a force out. But, Joe Madden, you're absolutely right. That freaking character, he needs to get out. he should have plowed him over. No, that's not what we're saying, right? But Joe Madden, he is who he is. He's the mad scientist, so to speak. And if he can spin anything the way he wants to spin it, and he said, hey, I'm going to stick with my decision of what I thought of the ruling, and it's not going to change because my guy has been doing this since Little League, and
they didn't have replay in Little League.
He was within the rules.
They have Buster Posey rules.
No,
in
exactly.
Little League.
So, and it's
Things
interesting.
change.
Everyone thought that Clint Hurdle and the Pirates were going to beam Anthony Rizzo, and I thought this was foolish on Anthony Rizzo's part by saying, you know what, it doesn't matter because Pittsburgh has hit me the most out of any team in Major League Baseball. So to me,
they're in the division, though. It's
right?
Statistically possible.
But
that any
to
of those
me,
teams.
you're like you're stirring the pot, so to speak. But that's that. Some people call it confidence. Other people call it, arrogance and elitist status of Anthony Rizzo, that he feels that he's better than everyone and that, hey, respect me. I mean,
I had a bloop that somebody should have caught.
Yeah, but I thought that was a foolish comment for him to step out and say, hey, I don't care if they throw at me anyway. To their credit, the Pittsburgh Pirates the next day did not throw at him, and incidentally, he ended up hitting a home run for the Cubs in that game. I just think that this is something that they put in the back of their hat, and they say, hey, we're going to remember this later on in the season.
Well, let's also keep in mind that when Rizzo came up for his next at bat, he actually took the time to, what was said, who knows, but he took the time to talk to the Pirates catcher to make sure he was okay and things of that nature. So it's not like Rizzo just blew it off. At least he, acknowledged the catcher afterwards.
My thing is, I have a bigger problem with Madden, really, because he's being ignorant. Because he's like, oh, they're teaching bad baseball. He's not even talking about, okay, he learned how to play this way or whatever. I came up playing this way. I can somewhat handle that.
Right.
He's saying they're teaching bad baseball. I'm like, again, if we're going to have replay, we can't have collisions.
Right.
Because someone's going to get really hurt. You can't separate the two at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't stick on the base because now I'm interfering with the runner.
Right.
And if I can't, then I can't have him hunting for me either.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's a force play. Do you really have a right in a force play when you've been forced before you even started sliding to take the guy out?
Right.
I know it's somewhat bang bang, but it kind of isn't because Anthony Rizzo's not the fastest guy in the world.
It wasn't bang bang.
I mean, but
right.
him starting to slide, once you slide, obviously, you can't really control where you're going once you slide. But he had that intent the whole way.
And there you go.
And he knew he was going to be out at home.
That's it.
He knew he was going to be out.
Yeah. And you could see on the replay, you could see him veering to his left. He was
a lot.
His head was near the plate.
But that's only because he's 6-something feet tall.
Right. But he had his body laid out.
Yes.
His feet out toward the first base direction, and his head. He clearly was going for the catch.
And he did it last year. I think it was a game against Milwaukee too. But this was by far worse because at least I don't remember if that was a force play or not. I don't recall. But this was. He's obvious. He's as long as he catches the ball, he's obviously out.
Right.
B, the catcher was well out of the way, and C, he was well late in doing so, and he just basically leg whipped him. So we can't.
Yep.
Again, you can't have the replay and that kind of stuff. It's not teaching bad baseball. It's the way. It's the new. Hey, we also got, speaking of bad baseball, we got everyone swinging for the fences too. That's bad. To me, that's
that's
bad
terrible.
That's bad baseball.
That's another segment.
Not
here.
running into people.
You're absolutely right. Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion, Gabe Salgado, he is WBBM News Radio's very own, Ron Glease's favorite over there. And before we take our next time out, we're going to come up with our athlete of the week. She's actually the athlete of the year, but we've already had that. We've had that award taking place, but I had to get this young lady on from Buffalo Grove High School. You guys and girls, you're going to love her. Don't go anywhere. But before we say go to our next break, you know what this month is? The month of June, right? First weekend in June. And you see the paper. A month to remember.
Sammy Sosa's big month from 20 years
Sammy
ago.
Sosa, 20 homers in 1998. You guys, you remember that?
I remember that.
I mean, he was crushing the ball.
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, he was crushing the ball. It's unbelievable. Sammy Sosa. Now, the hypocrites over at Wrigley Field and Tom Ricketts and those guys that said, unless Sammy Sosa comes back and apologize and admit his wrongdoing, he'll never be accepted here at Wrigley Field and he'll never be accepted in the Cub family. You're accepted in our family. This is the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante Italiano right here in the heart of Wheeling, just outside the greatest city in the world. That, of course, Chicago, Illinois. Check us out on Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Don't touch the smartphone, the iPad, the Android. Don't touch any of those devices. Keep it locked in. A favorite of mine is coming up right here on the Rewind Sports 60. Lock it in.
the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage, at Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
Of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Golf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage, at Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60. Yours truly, Jerry Riles. Folks, it's the fastest 2 hours of sports conversation. If you miss any portion of it, just go to Facebook, just go to YouTube, just go to our website. It's the RewindSports60.com. THE RewindSports60.com. If you're in the northern suburbs of the greatest city in the world, and of course Chicago, Illinois, on Tuesdays, channel 17 on Comcast Access at 6 p.m. You can check us out if you're in the Lake County area, whether it's near the Wisconsin border, Racine, Zion, Wakanda, Waukegan, Cary, Lake Forest, Highland Park. If you have Comcast Access, check us out every Tuesday, 6 p.m., channel 17. But those are you who are in the northern suburbs, all right? The northern suburbs, Cook County region, Wednesdays, 7 o'clock, channel 19, channel 35. Channel 19, channel 35, 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. on every Wednesday. And of course, CLTV in the Chicagoland area, Tuesday mornings at 3 a.m. Folks, it doesn't get any better than that. But, oh, it certainly does get better than that. And will continue to get better than that. It's always a doozy out here at the Rewind Sports 60 Serenello's Restaurante. And if you're new to the program, we have a segment that we do throughout the course of the season, particularly in the fall and in the winter months, and it's our Athlete of the Week. And basically we feature area high school kids, regardless of whatever sport it may be, and feature their exceptional talents and skills and their success at their particular sport. I'm pleased to be joined by a sensational athlete who just graduated from Buffalo Grove High School and will be attending the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana this fall to run track for the Orange and Blue. She just graduated. Congratulations, class of 2018. She is Naya Danielle Carr. Welcome to the program. How are you?
I'm
Good, awesome. And the parents, Jeff and Pam Rohde, thank you so very much for coming on out. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank
you.
you.
Guys enjoy being in the Serenello's, the
It's
patio?
wonderful.
The weather is awesome, isn't it?
Perfect day.
This is awesome, and what a perfect day for a perfect student, a perfect athlete. Thank you so very much for coming on out. And I you know, Mom and Dad sent some information here, and I was just really blown away. First of all, what is it, about a week ago? That they had the award ceremony at Buffalo Grove High School.
Yeah.
And they have the awards presentation, and they highlight all the accomplishments of the seniors. It's all seniors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They highlight all the seniors as far as academics, as far as athletics, everything was concerned. And my daughter was there with the National Honor Society, high honors, and all of that. Hi, Alicia. How are you? Good to see you. And so I wasn't really aware of your talents and your skills, and then it was announced that you were the female athlete of the year for Buffalo Grove High School, and your credentials were impeccable. Ladies and gentlemen, this young lady, Naya, not only is she beautiful, but her skill level is off the charts. She has broken not one. Hey, LeBron, check this out. She's broken not one, not two, not three, not four. Stop me when I get there. Not 5, not 6, not 7. Stop me when I get there. Not 8. LeBron, she's broken 8 records at Buffalo Grove High School, which stood for what? About 43 years, correct?
Yeah.
In the 100, right? In the 200, right? In the long jump, right?
Yeah, indoor, outdoor.
Huh?
Indoor and outdoor. Yeah.
Indoor and LeBron. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Naya, congrats. I was blown away when I heard the stats on you, and the fact that you've gone downstate. Your mom and your dad just shared with me before we came out of the break that not only you went to downstate in high school all 4 years, but even in middle school you had participated downstate. Talk about your accomplishments. First of all, when did you realize you had this sort of speed and talent?
Well, in like middle school, it was kind of like do whatever you want, and it was like we would just like run miles every day, and it wasn't really like focused on like sprints or jumps or whatever. But then just at like meets, it was always I would always just like run the 100 or the 200, and then I was just beating everyone.
You're beating everybody.
Yeah, and then I started doing I don't think I started doing long jump like right away.
Uh-huh.
It was like later on. I think my coach like wanted me to try it.
Right.
And then I just was good at it, and then it like took me down to state, and then that was 6th or 7th grade year was the first year we were able to do track. And
okay.
Then, it was like I are doing long jump and then running the 100 because there's like finals. And,
Right.
And then I think I don't know if it was like the last jump or whatever it was, but I ended up jumping 15-10 7th grade year.
Are you kidding me?
Got me first place, and I was like,
I bet it did.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God, that's phenomenal. Mom, Dad, when she was doing all this in middle school, did you just think that, okay, you know, our daughter's out there, she's having fun, she's enjoying herself? What was going through your minds when you're watching your little daughter blossom right before your eyes in this sport?
We're just always just in awe of her. She's just, it was unbelievable. She's just, her work ethic is just, it's just off the charts. She's just always in school and with her relationships with her and her work ethic in track when she started, just amazing. And just we were just in awe.
It wasn't anything. We just did it, like you said, for fun. Let her try it out, and didn't have any excited that she made it downstate at that age, and that when she did that, it just blew us away.
Right.
Yeah. It didn't.
And so now you transition to the high school level. What was it like for you going from middle school to compete now in the high school ranks?
It was like so much different because, like I said before, you're just not focusing on like what you wanted to do. But then that's when I started focusing like on the sprints and the jumps, and that's what like I really wanted to get better at. And then
she was playing basketball.
Yeah, I was playing basketball.
She started off with basketball, and I really enjoyed that.
And she dominated.
Yeah.
Her nickname was Nebron.
But then she decided to focus.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I want to do track. Like this is what like I know I like want to do, what I'm like have potential in. And then I quit basketball sophomore year.
Really?
Yeah, and then I was like focusing on track a lot, and I did track over the summer too, like on a club team, and then I was just.
And you're a quick. I imagine you're a quick learner. So I'm sure you had coaches along the way that have shown you different techniques to help improve your speed and your jumping ability.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Can you reflect a little bit on that?
Freshman year, I wasn't like. It was mostly just like the 100 and 200. I don't think I went to state for long jump actually. I think it was just the 100 freshman year, and then so I was just like focusing on the sprints mostly during that, and then also like working on block starts all the time because like that's just like really important for it. And then also for the 200, like building my endurance, so just like doing the workouts like BG actually, like the coaches, I loved them too. They had like good workouts for that, and like high end speed workouts, which is really well.
Right.
And then after I think it was sophomore junior year, that's when I like started focusing a lot on jumps too, because like that's why I knew I had potential in that. Because 8th grade year I jumped 17.2, which was like crazy.
Are you? You're blowing me away. You're unbelievable. See, this is why you have to watch the Rewind Sports 60, ladies and gentlemen. You listen. We're on CLTV, so you will get it on CLTV. But you flick it on Sports Channel or whatever. You flick it on ESPN. You're not going to get this type of information, ladies and gentlemen, right in your own backyard. You're phenomenal. Wow, that's awesome. So when did you realize that, you know what, I am pretty good at this thing, and I can really make a dent? Like, so for instance, you started going downstate at 7th grade, but now you're in the high school. You get to sophomore and junior year. When did you realize, hey, you know what, I can hang with this competition here in the state of Illinois?
Well, just like knowing that like I could get to state freshman year, I knew I could like get to state every single year after that. And then junior year was probably like the most competitive year, and like the year that you want to like do the best, especially for colleges. And then like over the summer, like since I keep doing it all year round, because I do it like in the fall, and then like after the fall that's when school starts, and then after school I do it in the summer, so it's like all year round, so I'm always like working at it. And then just keep doing that. And then,
no, that's good. You know, it's interesting because, and the reason I asked that question, I'm kind of long in the tooth, as they say, right? And I've been doing this for a while in this industry, in this business in Chicago, and I actually had an opportunity to work closely with he was the state senator at the time, Barack Obama.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And, I mean, we didn't know he was going to become the president.
Sure.
But I worked with him, and you know, he was you know, a junior under Durban, correct?
Wow.
And this young guy, you know, he's just a hip guy, right? And we had him on the radio, Cliff Kelly, WVON radio. We had him on the radio, and the question was asked, because you know it can be tough.
Right.
It can be very, very tough. These are some sharp cats, and they've been around the block several times. And we asked the question, hey, can you know, is everything okay? Can you handle yourself? And Barack Obama, without even stuttering, said, oh, I got this. I can handle this. And when he said that, my mouth fell open, you know, because when you talk about veteran politicians, I mean, they know all the tricks in the book, and they'll pull all the tricks in the book, you know, especially to show you up. And so that's why I asked you the question, when did you realize, hey, you know what? I can handle this. I can take care of business, you know. And I guess with the confidence that you had in grade school, jumping 15 and 17 feet, and of course, you know, with your speed, I would imagine by junior year, you really felt that, hey, you know what? I can make a major impact, not only in the region out here, not only for the school, but in the state of Illinois.
Well, just like going to all the meets, of course, and just like competing against everyone, and then in the conference and sectionals would always be like so much harder than conference.
Sure.
And before that, I was just like, I would usually like win like most races, and then that would like keep my confidence up. And then sectionals, I knew that it was like, all right, this is like the time to do it. And like before, I would always look.
She would always talk about the competition.
Yeah,
she would always like great competition that would push
I would
her.
like look at. I would always research like, okay, like what other times, what did they run at their sectionals, and then like what I have to do at state. And then sometimes I would like be like, oh my god, like this person's so good, like I don't know. But then like when you're down there, especially like before you like know what lane you're in, and you're just like getting comfortable with that spot, and then you're just like, okay, like you can do this. Especially like after junior year and then like senior year, you already like know everyone too.
Right.
So you're just like, all right, you already raced them, like you know it's gonna be, just relax. Especially like that's the most important thing, like staying relaxed while running too.
Yeah. You know the interesting thing, because my daughters Alicia and Teresa, they're gymnasts. Yeah. And I ran track, I ran cross country, I played all the sports. And in doing that, you size up your competition. So I would ask them, you know, I mean, gymnastics is a team sport, but it's an individual sport, just like, you know, track and running. And I said, well, is there someone out there that you can size up and say, okay, I got to beat that person. I got to get a higher score on being or whatever. And they're like, no. And I was like, what? You're an athlete and you don't size up your competition. But that's not how they were conditioned. They were conditioned to go out and do their routine and learn, and you know, what they had learned, they apply it, and it would be the result of the score. That's the same, I would imagine, with you. But you've done the research, and you say, hey, I've run up against Dominique, I've run up against this person. Is there one person that, there's always a person out there that's a thorn in your side that you just can't, you know, like, and I refer to all these old cats because I'm an old cat, but Michael Jordan, when he was struggling, he couldn't get past the Pistons. They were a thorn in his side, but finally he was able to break through. Was there someone on the high school level that when you saw her, you're like, oh, good Lord. You know, I mean, did you ever have a rival, so to speak?
Well, before like junior year, like sophomore, freshman year, there's this girl, Maya Mason. She graduated though, but it was like, it was always like me and her, like every single meet. It was like, she ran hurdles too, but she would always like run the 100 sometimes too, and I was like, oh man. Every meet would be like, she would win or I would win. She would win. Right. It was like back and forth all the time, and then like, but she would focus more on the hurdles. That was like her main thing. So I was like, okay, like come on, that's her event. Like my event is the 100. Like I can do that.
Well, I'm glad you didn't go to you know, the extent of Tanya Harding. And, now, real quick before we take a break here, part of your goal, I'm sure, was to run at the collegiate level. How did that happen for you? Congratulations again. Did you get a full scholarship, of course?
I got half.
Well, that's fine. Hey, Mom, Dad, any money that's coming in, it's a good thing. That's
absolutely.
That's a good thing. So, when did the University of Illinois approach you and say, hey, we're interested in your skills?
Well, my coach over the summer, he went there, so like he always knew them. So they were always like at practices, like watching. But junior year, they would text me like here and there, like good job, like congratulations on like that meet. But then after junior year, they started, or like last year, it was like when they really started talking to me and like calling me and then like asking me about like everything.
Right.
And that's when I like visited too last year.
Okay. God bless you. Do you have any aspirations of trying to, I always joke with my daughters again about the Olympics with gymnastics. Have you ever thought? Because that's what's got me started running. Yeah. I watched Frank Shorter run the marathon back in 1972. You were just a twinkle in your parents' eye at that time, and that inspired me to start running. Because I wanted to get to the Olympics. I didn't know how difficult it was, and I didn't know I didn't have that much of skill level. But do you have aspirations of trying to at least, try to qualify?
Yeah, that was that's always been like a dream of mine, like going to the Olympics. And obviously, like as I got older, I was like, all right, like this is gonna be really hard, like a lot harder than I thought before.
Sure.
It's always like on my mind and like something I always want to do, and I'm gonna keep working at it.
God bless you. God bless you. Mom, Dad, what do you guys have to say about your beautiful young lady?
I'm just so proud of her. She's always humble and just her work ethic is amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
She amazes us. She's just incredible.
She is so amazing.
Yeah, and just the biggest heart in the world.
Yeah,
biggest work ethic.
You can see that on your face. You can see that with your demeanor. And again, when I was at the award ceremony a week or two ago at Buffalo Grove High School, and I heard the accolades and your credentials, it just blew me away. And I couldn't wait for it to end so I could just approach you. And I really, really appreciate you taking time out to spend some time with us and share your story with our viewers. And God bless you. We'll be following you. And I'll be down there because both my girls are down there. Now, what dorm are you staying? Or we shouldn't say it. Are you staying like in the six-pack or anything? You get the athletic dorm.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Well, I'm certainly going to see you because I'll be down there. Definitely for football season, I'll be down there. But congratulations to you, Naya, Danielle, Carr, Jeff, and Pam Rhodey. It's the Rewind Sports 60. Keep it locked in. More in store from the best restaurant the world has ever offered. That, of course, Serenello's Ristorante Italiano right here in the heart of Wheeling. The best sports panel, the Rewind Sports 60. Keep it locked in.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Thank you.
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout, so don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage, at Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60, broadcasting from Serenello's Restaurante, is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Golf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Restaurante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
Danny Carlino, welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60. You know, we're out on the patio of Serenello's Restaurante right here in the heart of Wheeling. And it's great. It's a great day out. Come on down. Brunch is still going on. Even if you don't want to come for brunch, they have great dinner. Monday through, 7 days a week. Come on down. You can come out for lunch. You can come out for dinner. You can come out for breakfast. Whatever you want to do, come on over to Serenello's Restaurante right here in the heart of Wheeling. But it's a beautiful day, and I don't mind being out on the patio. But, you know, with our fogger, the wind is picking up.
You can definitely tell which way the wind's blowing when you play with the fogger outside.
They can use, hey, you know what? Vince McMahon is trying to bring back, you know, another football league like he had the XFL, right? Maybe the NFL could think about this, or maybe he can think about this. Instead of the coin flip, or instead of, you know, to see which direction you're kicking, you see which direction the wind is blowing, you just bring this out and tell you which way it's blowing.
How about this? We adjust it because they have the little flags on top of the goalposts.
There you
just
go.
Have smoke come out of them. So everyone will think the wind's blowing left, and I think we should elect a new pope. I'm not sure. Or a new commissioner, if you will.
Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion. Before we get to our next guest here, you wanted to share something?
Yeah, the previous segment reminded me of my running days. As you know, I have the runner's physique. Harkening it back to, I think I won the 6-year-old race at the St. Charles Borromeo Parish Picnic in Stone Park.
Oh, really?
Of course, I think I cheated because my mom got me in like the 6-year-old category or 5-year-old.
And how old were you?
I think it was 7.
27?
Like yeah, it was actually last week. No. And I remember she didn't tell me. She said, hey, Danny, you want to come run? Okay. And I ran and I won. And I got a Charlie Finley orange baseball.
Oh, did you really?
Yes. That was my prize.
Those are really cool.
Yeah.
Those are
I don't
really
know
cool.
if it's still somewhere.
Wow.
My parents keep everything, so it's got to be somewhere.
Those are really cool. Well, if you are new to the program, those of you who have been watching the Rewind Sports 60 for the past 2.5 years, in particular the past year or so, we've always had different features, and we highlight not only the regular sports, the professional sports is going on, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, Sox. I don't know why I started with the Bulls, Bears, or whatever. But, you know, we also talk community events, we also talk social events, and we also talk about spiritual events. We want you all to be not only physically sound, mentally sound, but spiritually sound as well. We're pleased to be joined by, she's the best in the business. I love her to death, and I miss her. Every time she leaves me, I'm kind of like that dog, you know, roaming around the parking lot, you know, with my head down, my tail between my legs, because I'm lonely. I'm like a little lost puppy when Rita Board of the Sungate Center here in Wheeling is not with me. How are you?
I am with you always.
God bless you. You see, she's
good.
She's teaching me, she's training me, she's conditioning me. How are you? It's good to see you. You're looking fantastic.
Absolutely.
You know what? We talked about the beauty and the beast. I'm a beast, that's for sure. And you certainly are the beauty. And of course, a good friend of the program. I miss you as well. Thank you so very much for joining us back, John Carlo. Thank you so very much, John Carlo. He's angelic, quantum healer, and holistic counselor.
Yes.
Thank you so very much for gracing us with your presence again. It's a great pleasure to see you.
Well, it's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be here. I know.
Well, I mean, there's so much I'm sure that has taken place since we've been apart from each other. Can you catch us up or refresh some of the memories of our viewers of what you offer that they can take and apply to their lives?
Well, let's say that I'm a holistic counselor, metaphysicist, and spiritual teacher, leader. I work on international level, and I'm always constantly traveling around the world, from Australia, Dubai, USA, Europe, because the request is very high, the demands are very high, and I'm back here in Chicago, in Wheeling.
That is awesome.
To offer my services and to offer my spiritual guidance and coaching.
Okay. Now, before we move on, and Danny, you'll appreciate this. With all your travels and all the people that you come across, if you need someone to carry your bags, I would love to take that. I would love to take up that role. Okay. Dubai, Danny, are you kidding me?
Well, usually I take the minimum.
Sure.
Minimum indispensable. Say it that way. Okay, yeah. So I usually go around with a.
You travel light.
Trolley. Yeah, very light. I like to travel very light.
That's
so,
good.
Yeah,
that's good.
It's easier.
Because you know why? Because everything within us. We don't need stuff. We just go inside and you found it there.
You know what? That's interesting, and you make a very valid point, and it's interesting because I don't know if you've noticed, and I don't know if it's a regional thing or not. I know it's here in the United States for sure, and in particular in the Midwest, where I see a lot of people, a lot of women in particular, with multiple bags. They'll have the backpack, then they'll have another purse bag, and then they'll have another bag in their luggage. And I'm like, where are you going, on vacation or what? But I see this a lot, especially on college campuses. Yeah, I mean, what it just.
Well, we have to understand that when we journey, when we travel, okay, we're talking about something very personal. It's a journey, okay? And in the past, when I used to travel a lot, I used to take quite a lot of stuff, because I used to go into areas where there was summer, and other areas of the world where there was winter, so I had luggages of summer and winter clothes behind me.
Sure.
But then I started to realize, okay, that it's a question of adapting myself, okay, and understanding how to embrace the environment without taking too much behind, because it's a question of, what can I say, when we travel, it's a question of confronting ourselves with the environment that mirrors practically an aspect of ourselves that we are invited to understand from within. And when I started to understand this, then I started to travel, but with total trust, knowing that if I have to go there, it's meant to be. But when it's meant to be, that means that it's part of my mission, of course. I don't really have to bring the whole entire house behind me.
Right.
Because I start to realize that the whole entire world is my house. Okay? So I don't really have a location where to base myself, because I say, okay, when people tell me, where do you come from? Okay, that's a big question. I come from the world in this case, okay, because I'm constantly traveling. But constantly traveling, you don't really have to bring lots behind, because as Rita said, it's the inner richness that counts.
Sure, sure. And when you respond to people, with that question, where are you from? And you say, let's say I'm from the world. What is the reaction of people when you say that?
Well, they're just there trying to figure out, who is that guy? Is he crazy?
Right, because it's not something that's normally said or common, but it's reality. It's true.
Well, according to my experience, and according to how I teach, and according to what I want people to understand directly, that we have to start to understand what a world without boundaries is all about.
Okay.
Because when we look at ourselves, we discover ourselves in our infinite potential as beings without boundaries. Okay, and we have to apply this in our everyday life. It's a question of being practical. So what does this mean? When I travel, I don't recognize boundaries. I don't recognize cultural differences. I don't recognize culture or the differences in culture that should create separation. But we have to go straight to the soul of the person, go to the roots, and discover ourselves as human beings that should learn to be open-hearted and humble towards other human beings, willing to learn from each other. And that's when we start to really truly learn from ourselves. to truly understand that, yes, the world isn't square, but the world is round. Truly round.
Right, right. You know, it's interesting. And I picked this up, and I don't know why I picked it up or if it means anything, but when I encounter someone and I end up, they say no to me, immediately when I hear a no, something inside me switches on and say, okay, now it's time to go for it, so to speak. Because I know that I can turn that no into a yes. What causes people to use that as a defense mechanism by saying no? Is that to control an individual, or what do you think that is when people say no?
Well, you know, it's a circumstance of life, a human dilemma that we should learn to understand. Why? Because even us ourselves, in our points of views, in our visions, we should learn to say no as well, because that no can be a yes for us. And it's a question of self-respect that puts us to respect the points of views and the opinions of other people. So receiving a yes or a no, it is okay the same. So, you know, a fundamental lesson that I teach to people is that when they have always been living a life that is so controlling, based upon, what can I say, living upon the expectations of other people, okay?
Right.
A very rigid father that has expectations on the son or a daughter, okay? Of course, it is a very imposing situation that doesn't permit, on psychological level, a person to evolve, to develop their own personal talents and gifts, because it's a question of self-discovery, because you're living according to the expectations of someone else, and you are cloning the lifestyle of someone else. But where are you? Where do you exist in the universe? What do you truly expect from yourself? So it's very important in life to say no and to receive no and to know when to say yes, and to delude expectations of other people. Because, you know, expectations can be the subtle game of the ego, according to how we want the world to go, and according to how we want to see people acting towards us. But people are people.
That's exactly that's exactly right. John Carlo, angelic quantum healers and holistic counselor, joining us on the Rewind Sports 60. Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion, and of course Rita Ward, Sungate Center here in Wheeling, located right there on the corner of Milwaukee and Dundee Road. There was something that we wanted you to share with us as far as handling stress.
Yes, some practical, really fast practical exercise.
Okay, and you can join in as well.
Yeah.
You hear that, Danny?
Yeah.
You ready?
Okay.
I'm stressing from all this bacon I'm eating.
Well,
no.
This is a method that I teach. This is a very fast and simple method that I teach in the cooperative environments. Okay, it enhances teamwork, it lowers stress, and it, what can I say, increments the empathic capabilities of team members to understand themselves, okay, on a very instinctive level, because we're living in the times where we have to understand the meaning of emotional intelligence, okay, and how to manage it to open our mind up and to step out of the nutshell and have a wider vision of things, a wider perspective, trusting our instincts and our intuitions, and this is the key to success, okay, all environments, all sorts of cooperative environments, and I'm starting to teach it even to sportives because it's highly motivational as well, okay? Well, and it works. We have a very powerful energy center here,
right here,
on our finest, called the heart chakra. And if you start to beat against the heart chakra, okay,
like monkey,
the left
take
hand,
it easy.
Okay,
You can try,
or even doing this exercise, like
you can try this at home.
Okay, you're tapping into a very important energy center, and you can even start moving your feet like this, okay, and breathe.
I think we're getting ready for New Zealand rugby match.
And when you start to think of positive things, positive actions, the final result, okay, because you're projecting the final result in your mind, you're starting to program your subconscious mind, because this is the access portal to your subconscious mind, and it's changing your synapses. So when you start doing this exercise,
come on, Danny,
and start imagining the final result, the goals that you want to reach.
And it's four.
Repeat as well. I believe I can.
I am, I
can, I believe I create. I am, I can, I believe I create. I am, I can, I believe I create.
Come on, Marty, get in there. Come on, Marty.
I can, I believe I create. I am, I can, I believe I create. I am, I can, I believe I create. I am, I can, I believe I create.
Come on, Marty. Marvelous, let's go.
It's a one-run.
Come on.
I'm just thinking about making sure I don't fall down. Maybe J.R. Smith can do this record score.
And at the end, yes. It is a very powerful exercise, simple, that programs the subconscious mind. And those 4 words, I am, I can, I believe, I create. I am, who am I?
I am, I can, I believe, I create.
I am limitless. I can do anything. I believe because I believe I can do anything. I can create anything. So it's a very...
Wow.
Yes.
No, you can't talk anymore. What happened?
Yes.
I'm ready to go run.
And
I think I need some more bacon.
And if sporting people do it before their competitions, before their events...
You know, it's interesting.
It's very powerful.
I never knew that, and I truly believe it is very powerful. Yeah. And I'm not a big fan of this guy, and I talk down on him all the time because I'm just simply not a fan of his. But he is the best in the world in basketball, playing in the NBA Finals with LeBron James.
Okay.
When we were doing this exercise, he popped into my mind because he does this a lot.
Okay.
And he all the time he does things like that. And so I don't know if he knows about this or if he practices this, but it appears that
it can be instinctive because the origin of this exercise goes way back in time. Mm-hmm. The Celtic warriors,
right?
When they were before going into battle against the Roman hordes, they used to build a fire stump and repeat a very special mantra to empower themselves, mm-hmm. and they became very strong, very tough, unstoppable. And the Romans, the first time that they crashed against the Celtics, the Jews, while they were doing this finest front, had difficulties. And then they discovered it, and then they started to adopt it, and they found it very empowering. And even the Knights Templars used to adopt it before going into battle.
So we can, and you can do this as well. We can do this at home.
Yes, 5 minutes a day.
Just 5 minutes.
Day, yeah.
Okay.
I think we should do more show every week.
Or before any challenging trial in life.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Real quick before we go, Rita, what's going on at the center?
Yes, tonight.
Tonight!
If you want to know more, if you want to learn more from Giancarlo, we have free presentation at 6:30 p.m. at Sungate Center. The corner of Dundee in Milwaukee. It's you can call 847-345-0988. 847-345-0988, or even schedule one-on-one with Giancarlo, which is awesome.
And the office is located right there at the restaurant Siri
Indian restaurant, just upstairs on second floor. Look for Clock Tower. We are right there.
There you go, Giancarlo. Thank you so very much. Marty B, the man on the street, joining us before we get out of here. Marty, what's the latest on the streets?
Yes, there's a multitude of things to talk about, but we're a little limited on time today, so I'm just going to touch on 2 things. First of all, as a young lad, and I think what propelled me into playing high school football was Billy Cannon when he was a great running back for the LSU Tigers. Well, Billy passed away late in May, but I think we'll always remember him, at least I will anyway, for leading LSU to the national championship in '58, and then that Halloween night, the following year, that electrifying, and I mean electrifying, tie-breaking run of 93 yards that beat Ole Miss 7-3.
Get out of here! Really?
That was incredible. I've seen that on the highlight film several times. And what a great athlete. Of course, we all remember that he led LSU to many, or actually he led in the AFL where he played, he led several teams to AFL titles back in the day. And his family will always have said about him that LSU meant more to Billy Cannon than anyone will ever know.
Wow.
He was truly a Tiger.
Wow, that's awesome. And I our condolences go out to him as well, his family, because I heard about the passing as well. What an incredible athlete. Obviously, I didn't have an opportunity to watch his skill and his talents on the football field, but I've heard a lot about him, and condolences to him. and his family, may he rest in peace for sure. Thank you so much for sharing us. Anything else on it?
Yes, absolutely. This is, I read an article in the paper midweek about the Vienna Beef History Museum.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I had to be downtown a couple of days later, so that propelled me to go over and have a fabulous hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, the museum is celebrating. It's opened up in commemoration, excuse me.
No, 125 years. 125 years, correct?
Yeah, 125th anniversary.
Yeah.
125th anniversary.
Yeah.
And back at the 1983 World's Fair, they had a booth there, and they sold hot dogs for, guess what price a hot dog at that booth?
That's what I paid yesterday.
That's a little ambitious now, Danny. Rita, care to venture a guess what a hot dog cost at that booth back in 1893?
93.
1893.
1893. That's what the World's Fair was. 1893.
$20.
They were throwing the hot dogs at you. No, it was a penny.
Actually, 10 cents. What a deal, huh?
A deal? In 1893, 10 cents was a deal.
They only made 10 cents
for a hot
dog.
dog? Danny's right, $6.50.
Yeah.
No, heard about that place. We had an opportunity to talk with the general manager of Vienna Beef at the National Restaurant Association show a couple weeks ago. Dan McGlade, he fabulous gentleman, and I heard about the museum as well, and I'm eager to get over there for sure.
Yeah, you got to try it. That cafe is fabulous.
The hot dog museum where everyone comes out of Wiener, right? And while you're there, they're always frank with you.
Oh, that is clever. Hey, you're in the wrong profession.
I've been told it many times.
No, we're glad we're happy. We don't want you to leave us.
What else?
Yeah, I just want to say about that this is kind of interesting. Maybe you picked this up there, Jerry, but at the museum, there are no details at all that refer to the hot dog's very unique key spicy ingredients.
Right.
No details at all. As a matter of fact, the mix for that is made outside the building, so no one inside the company has any idea of how it's put together.
Exactly.
I found that quite fascinating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the casing that the dog comes in, make it all beef, and that's the beauty of it. It's an all beef hot dog. And we talked to Mr. McGlade about vegetarians, because nowadays, bless you, nowadays people they're vegetarians, vegans, they don't eat meat, but they want something enjoyable. I asked him about the chicken dog, the turkey dog. No. But he was clever in his response, saying, hey, you know what? We have the tomatoes, we have the pickles. Of course, you can have onions and relish. So we kind of do accommodate those individuals, but the pride and joy, as you say, is that all beef hot dog.
Oh,
you can't beat it with a stick.
You can't beat it. As one patron said, you can't beat a well-dressed hot dog.
You can't beat it at all.
No more needs to be said.
Marty B, the man on the street. Thank you so very much, my good friend.
Can I say one more thing?
Of course, you're Marty B.
Oh, thank you, Jerry. Thank you. No, don't want to cut our time short here, but just want to mention, I read a review. I've got to see it. Normally, I never talk about anything that I haven't seen, but this excites me because I've seen several films lately that have dealt with the mother-daughter relationship, and you having a lovely wife and two beautiful daughters.
Thank you.
They'll probably want to see this. The Life of the Party.
The Life of the Party.
I believe that's what it's called. Yeah. Fabulous.
Is this a movie or a play?
A movie.
The Life of the Party.
Yeah, and it's Melissa McCreary stars as the mother.
Okay.
And they say there have been so many films that have just depicted the mother-daughter relationships as horrible, negative, just everything you could think of. This has such a positive tone to it. I've got to see it. It's opening very soon, and they say it revolutionizes the mother-daughter relationship.
Is that right?
I can't wait till they have the movie for the mother-in-law-daughter-in-law relationship.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, that will be something. That's all I have to say for today, folks. We have lots more in the ensuing weeks.
We certainly do. We have something for you every single Sunday. Want you to be a part of it. Marty B, the man on the street, thank you so very much on behalf of Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion, Gabe Salgado, WBBM News Radio 780, Marvelous Dan Marver, our NBA insider, and of course our special guest, Naya. Danielle Carr, Buffalo Grove High School 2018 graduate, now heading down to the University of Illinois to run track for the Indians. The Illini. We want to thank you so much for coming out. Of course, Rita Board, Sungate Center here in Wheeling. Don't leave me anymore. I'll be wandering around the parking lot like a little dog. Okay?
I can't handle him when he's like that.
Giancarlo, thank you so very much. It is a pleasure. And we want you at home. Don't hurt yourself, but every day for 5 minutes. I can, I am, I agree. How does it go? I believe, I can. I
gotta write it down.
I believe, I create.
There you go. This is the Rewind Sports 60. Have a great day. Enjoy your week. And we'll see you bright and early next time, right here. Serenola's Ristorante Italiano here in the heart of Wheeling. And we'll see you on television, Comcast Access, and TLTV. Take care, everybody.